Taoiseach, I note that the Government and Minister Ryan have been fulsome in their praise for President Biden's climate action, but the reality of his climate policies are quite different. He has approved more oil and gas drilling permits during his time so far than the Trump administration did. He has sanctioned the Willow project in Alaska, which will see 600 million barrels of oil flow and release over 9 million metric tonnes of CO2. He's auctioned off 73 million acres of water in the Gulf of Mexico for offshore oil and gas drillings, and he has signed off on another LNG project in Alaska. Now, all of this comes at a time when he sings the praises of the IPCC report, which tell us that we just cannot have new fossil fuel infrastructure on the planet if we want to limit global temperature rises. But what I want to ask you about is the astonishing fulsome welcome for Biden's climate policies that your government have given, and to ask you that are such double standards attractive to you and the Minister, given that you may have engaged in lofty rhetoric on climate, but at the same time you're holding the door open to the location of an LNG in Shannon or somewhere else. Can you please clarify the policy on LNGs?
There is one thing that President Biden says, and this is in relation to the question on climate. One thing he says from time to time is he asks that people compare him with the alternative, not the almighty. And I think that perhaps is my answer in relation to climate, in relation to what the alternative would be, perhaps under a different administration when it comes to climate. We don't have a choice when it comes to who people select as their president or as their government. That's the sovereign right of any independent country. But I think it's fair to say that there is more commitment to climate action from this administration than perhaps other administrations.